Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Phase 2, Geeta, Purushottam Yoga, Sthapatya, Week 9, Lesson 61. Today in this lesson, we shall be concentrating upon Shaloka 20, the end reach lesson. We are taking up this Shaloka as it is the divine reservoir to which there is a reach of the Purushottam Yoga. Divya Stotra is the formulation and it is of TC value plus 20, 37. It is the TC value of Shri Bhagavan. Here, this reach is also important for our enlightenment, as that the whole phenomenon is of a creator's space, and creator's space is having spatial dimensional order, and it is within the spatial dimensional order as that there happens reversal of orientation, and it is this reversal of orientation in terms of which there happens is reversal of the transcendence ranges, which would means that the five space as origin, as its northern and southern hemispheres, is having synthesis and organization. Therefore, we are taking up Shloka 20 as the last Shloka. So reaching from Shloka 20 to Shloka 1 in a way can be said to be a reverse orientation. The direct orientation will take us from Shloka 1 to Shloka 20. However, as this is the creative spatial dimensional organization, so the way to be parallel which the divine reach is to be on the reverse orientation. It is this feature which is being focused today to have an appreciation that let us now view the whole formation in a reverse orientation. Therefore, beginning with Shloka 20, we will see that the text of this Shloka is a text of as many as 7 words. There are 32 syllables, 75 letters, and TC value is 282. It is the end reach. Let us first try to glimpse the features of these structural organizations. These structural organizations as these are taking us to 7 is a 7 geometries of 3 space, 22 is 2 raised to power 5, and the same is the total frequency of compositions of value 6 from choices 1 to 6 is 2 raised to power 5. Further, 32 is the spectrum value of D10. It is 10 space content whose split will be 10, 8, 8 and 6, making it 32. 75, you see, is the TCV value of Ganita Sutra 1. Further, it is the value of the structural components of upper quadruple subcubes as 27, 18, 18 and 12, making it to be 75. 282, a step ahead, one more than it, takes us to 283, the total letters of all 16 Ganita Sutras text. One may have a pause here and permit the transcending mind to glimpse and imbibe as to how this shloka, the last shloka of Geeta chapter 15, the Purushottam Yoga, is taking us to a Divya Stotra. Now, Divya Stotra, Divya is 17, Stotra is 20, and we know the numbers 1 to 20 lead to 37 factors, and further also we know that 17 as dimension takes us 18 as boundary, 19 as domain, and 20 as the origin. So 20 as the origin is of 17 as a dimension. In this background, let us revisit the text features again. The text of Shaloka 20 as of 7 words and 282 TCV values, 75 letters and 32 syllables, and further here it will be blissful to take note that out of these 32, one syllable is of one letter and all others are of 2 letters. And further we'll see that this text is having 12 letters which are having the composition for the syllables more than 2 letters each. Now these features as well deserve to be visited. Now here we are 7 as space as origin of 6 space. So 6 space Surya is having its knobby orb origin 7 space. Then from the 7 streams flow from orb of the sun, there is a flow of a transcendental content, and this transcendental content reaches the creator's space and makes a transcendental seal origin as a seat. Now force it when enters, there happens an explosion with force. So fourth space is a space of quadruple spatial dimensions, and with the explosion at the origin there emerges a third component. So it is the fifth component or a fifth dimension whose emergence, because this explosion takes us to 2 raised to power 5, which is a 32. Now 5 space as it is emerging, now 5 space as a domain has distinct features. Firstly, as a dimension, and from dimension we reach at the boundary, and it is the transcendental boundary of a 6 space, and this transcendental boundary takes us domain boundary ratio as 2 raised to power 5. Hence there are these 12 components are structural components which are additionally available because of the creation of the transcendental boundary for the self-referral domain 6 space, and these are the 12 extra transcendental components which are available. Now see that 5 space at the boundary with its takeoff will manifest the outer space as 7 space, taking us to the origin of 6 space and transcending therefrom, and as such will be reached at 8 space. It is this phenomenon which is simultaneously happening, and it is this happening which is to be appreciated as the end reach. It is this end reach which is the stotra. It is this stotra which is being comprehended and glimpsed by us. It is this value which is being. Now if we go through the text step by step, then we see that it takes us to a stage of kritya, means highly thankful, highly grateful for the phenomenon, and it is this phenomenon of kritya which deserves to be glimpsed. It is 10 and here is 11. It is H3 and it is small h3. Together are 21. So it takes us to that at the initial stage, when there is an entry of the transcendental content through the eastern window, cosmic window within creator space, then this entry is as H3 and small h3. Let us again have a pause here Let us glimpse this feature, this Sthapatya feature. So, the Shaloka 20 as Dive Stotra, the divine reservoir. It is this divine reservoir of value 37, which is H5 and H5 same, is having a reach at H3 and H3. See, 5 space domain has 3 space as a dimension. This happening as it is the feature which takes us to that the transcendental content which is entering from eastern window within the creator's space, and the same at the seat of a transcendental origin, a solid origin, the manifestation happens to be as a 4 space at the origin of a 3 space, and it is this phenomenon which takes us to value H3 and small h3 as the Sthapatya of 4 space as origin of a 3 space. And further we know that 3 spaces dimension takes us to 4 spaces boundary, 5 spaces domain, and 6 spaces an origin. It is this reach which is completing the circuit of manifestation, demanifestation, and remanifestation. It is this phenomenon of manifestation, demanifestation, remanifestation, and completion of the circuit. It is here where we are blissfully grateful to this yoga, one who is parallel with these blissful features, format, values, mathematics, sciences, technologies of the Purushottam Yoga. He, as is the command of Shaloka 20 itself, that one is blissfully parallel with the divine command. Let us now recapitulate that the text of Shaloka 20 is to be translated into numbers, then Sthapatya. Sthapatya is to be taken to the space content, full space bodies and half space bodies, and then same is to be taken through the manifestation, taking from the 4 folds for a reach at 6 space and ahead from 6 space to a 9 space. For it, we can start updating our TCB dictionary as well as the Sthapatya referencer. So, text shall be first translated into simple rendering form, and then one is to reach at the mathematics of it and ahead the technology and other disciplines values inherently following sequentially one by one. For it, as we know, there are 7 words of this text, then this text shall be taken up word by word. The first word is iti. Iti means and. This word is of 2 syllables and it has 3 letters. The 3 letters are E, Ta, and E. These lead to the values 2, 4, and